Best. Gotta warm up before I start getting on this game, I'll be honest with you. It's fucking hard as shit. I gotta get my mental mind state in like a right, I gotta be in a right position. I can't just hop in and expect it to happen. That's for sure. Kind of like, I like it actually, like in that aspect. I like it in that aspect because it's like, it reminds me of like games I play, like when I play hockey, which is my favorite game besides ARPGs or RPGs. I can't just jump in, like I gotta warm up a little, like that's why I like this. It gets in my brain like, all right, I gotta get ready for this boss. You know, you can't just jump on and be like, let me just press A and X like Diablo. So I mean, that definitely is why I'm interested in this game, just for like the fights of the bosses, like not for the end game or whatever. You know, I'm kind of the opposite of a lot of people. Everyone always wants to say, you know, oh, what's the end game? I'm kind of the opposite. Like yeah, if like in Diablo 4 I played it, like I did the end game, but it wasn't much of an end game. This looks like fucking serious. Like, and it's a seasonal. Like, I don't know all the details yet, but nah, maybe I'll have one character that I go to endgame with, and I'll probably never play seasonal in it. But I mean, I wouldn't mind like playing it like it's Diablo 2. Like when it was Diablo 2, I would never really like I would make seasonal. I'd then make like a seasonal paladin, like because I knew what to farm, I knew how to make them good, but I would never like change my shit up. And like that's what I kind of think I'll be in this game too. Like I'll probably just find maybe one of each class that I like, and I'm gonna play it like Diablo 2. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna do seasonal, I can't wait to grind again. Like I think that's great for the hardcore guys, not even just streamers. You know, I always say streamers, but I don't really mean that. Streamers aren't the best players in the game. Like, there's probably better players. There's guys that are more hardcore out there, and maybe they check the streamers out and laugh at them. Like, look at this guy. You know, like, I'm more referencing guys like that don't have a stream, and they kind of watch people stream while they're gaming or whatever, let's say, or, you know, they're just better than streamers, which, you know, a lot of times you can be. In this type of game, I never have been, ever. Like, I've always been plateaued at, like, the same level of ARPG. Like I like this. I like that it's a challenge just to fight a boss, because it's like I don't feel like I have to invest in the end game per se, because just beating the game is pretty fun and it feels satisfying because it's fucking hard. So I think that whoever made this game, like, is a fucking genius, that they found a balance, but it's a very delicate balance. Now, the grind has to be there. You can't get rid of this grind. You can't make it easier. You can't make it like, oh, this is a seasonal game. This is not a seasonal game. So maybe that's a difference, that you can make this seasonal, yes. And I'll get into that as well. Not that anyone's watching me or whatever. I just like to talk and bullshit, throw some shit out there. But I will say that this should not be a seasonal game. It should not be, but it should be. What does that mean? It should not be to the aspect to where like you feel obligated to make a seasonal character for new things. But if you're a hardcore gamer and you're like, oh man, I play this all day, every day, it's my life, which is cool. I mean, I'm not here to judge you. I mean, I could do that too if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I mean, I know some people do. Like, they don't have other things to do. This is their thing, and that's dope. I think that's cool. But you can't expect every game to meet your lifestyle, which I think the majority of gamers that purchase games don't meet your lifestyle. And they're the ones who support the games to be made by purchasing. not the individuals in the top 200 of games. It's 5 million purchases, and the top 500 might play 24/7. Top 300, I don't know. So you should not be making games to cater to the 300 people that, whatever, are the top dogs. I think you should make it to where, which Diablo kind of is. Diablo 4 is like, okay, race, level, reset. Your guy you made is trash. This game needs to not be like that, I feel like. I'm just saying. Maybe it already is, but I would recommend people only to play it if I explain to them that difference. Like, yeah, it's dope, but it resets every 3 months and the bosses are hard as fuck. Like, so I wouldn't really recommend it, honestly. Like, I mean, but if it is kind of like, yeah, you can jump on, dude. You just play it. You could do seasonal, but there's really no reason to. That's just for the hardcore cats to race. But it's the same thing, and then they'll add that or whatever. I don't know. It needs to be something like that, because this shit, like, like the casual dude's not gonna play this if it resets every like 3 months. They're gonna be like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, that boss took me 10 minutes. Like, and I had to research it. Like, they're not gonna. But you know what? Diablo 4 did it. I want to see. This is playing this. Based on me playing this, that would be my opinion. And, like, that's what I put out there. I record my opinions. I'm not really looking to debate opinions, but I do just want to make that a valid opinion from me. I do leave comments open in my stuff, and I don't really put them out. But if I ever do, I'm really not looking to be sitting here debating with people. Like, I might not even have comments when I put shit out. I don't know, because I don't want to have that environment where people argue. I want it to be where people put out an opinion, and yeah, you can have a difference or you can comment on it, but you shouldn't. I don't want to get into people getting arguments like in statistics where, 99% of people, all you do is just search Google and take the time to look it up, where other people don't. That's not really a valid argument whatsoever. That's just something to flex on, and I don't do flexing like that online. You know what I mean? It's just fucking stupid. So, that being said, long story short, that is my opinion. This should not be a Diablo 4 style seasonal game. Maybe a season for the hardcore ladderboard guys to redo and be all horny about, which is cool. I mean, that's dope. That's good content for your channel. There you go. You're racing this guy who's sweating more than you. That's mad dope. I mean, I think that's cool and that's entertaining if, you're into that. But if you do that in this game, that's going to ruin it. Not maybe just for me, but it's not about just me, but that would be my opinion. Yes, I do think there should be. I want to sum this up because I feel like yapping today. There's been a lot of shit going on. A lot of kids have been home every day. Stuff like that. Holidays are coming up, busy time. So now I just want to get on here and yap because I'm not allowed to yap around here. It's like, but that is my opinion. No doubt about it. But I want to put out my opinion so far, just so I'm saying it now. A lot of times you don't like to put out an opinion because you feel like you're going to be proved wrong or whatever. I don't care if I'm wrong about my opinion, but this is my opinion. Should this game have seasons with rewards for resetting a character? No, it should be for statistics only and how quick you beat a boss. And to keep it pretty cool, you should make it how quick you beat a boss by level. So if you beat this boss at level whatever at this amount of time, I think that'd be fucking cool. Not like the Diablo thing where it's like, I don't like the Diablo 4 leaderboard. Oh, dude, you maxed out whatever. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, I mean, maybe just keep that in season. I don't know. I can't get into that, I guess, because that's a totally different subject, and I don't want to. I can't touch on that because, I knew people do want a leaderboard. So that's cool. I think there should be a leaderboard if that keeps people happy. But it should be something to where you shouldn't feel the obligation as a new player. Look, honestly, in my opinion, I think gamers have tons. I think I just see it. Watching people and all that. There's so much fucking anxiety with these gamers. Like, they just spread anxiety in the game and like, I gotta get this done and this, and everybody watches like, I gotta get this quest done because if I don't, I don't get. It's like, bro, like, just I think this at this point just feels fucking right. You know, yeah, you can be a hardcore dude and still do that, but you can be someone like me who just jumps in and is like, yeah, I want to play this game because it looks fucking hard. I like ARPGs, and let's go. I want to play it. And I haven't looked up anything, no bosses, no builds, whatever. I've spent like 5 hours one time fighting somebody. That was on my shitty Merc, though. This guy, I just kill bosses in like 2 attempts. It doesn't take me long. So I do also want to put that out there as well, that yes, that Merc I had was fucking trash. So if you're judging my play off the Merc, the game's not, it doesn't take, it took me 8 minutes in like 2 attempts to beat the boss that took me literally 20 minutes fighting. So it definitely was a build issue, but it also might be a Merc issue, because why is it that same thing, only my gear, only my build, I start a Merc and I get stonewalled, and then, but I start this character, the same thing, and I'm fucking annihilated. I mean, I think there's just a problem maybe with the starting out skills for Merc. I said this the other day, I just want to say it again, because I actually might put this one out there. Like, I don't like putting out too many of my videos because, you know, I like people to join my squad and then watch my videos. I don't want, you know, it's one of those things, like, you know, I'm not trying to get your money, but I do want to know, like, if you're somebody that likes my stuff and, you know, thinks like-minded like me, I would like to know, you know, who else does or who else likes watching my stuff. You know, 90% of the people I have are all spam or bots or whatever. So, you know, that's just how I am, and that's how I want to do this. I really am making a lot of this just to clip up and put on YouTube. So I really don't get many people that even watch these, but I also don't put them out to be watched to grow a bigger streaming crowd, because I'm really not good at doing the streaming thing. I'm not good at responding to people, whatever. That being said, back to what I was talking about, which was, well, I'm going to forget. PoE, yeah, the whole thing with PoE. I'm going to shorten it up without explaining everything, because I don't really need to like break it down for everyone. This is why. I think, number one, there shouldn't be rewarded seasons, just a leaderboard, because these bosses are fucking hard. I don't care if you are a gamer who devotes mad time into this, but you know, you also have to make sure that you're considerate for the people that support your game, that make the product even possible to be made. Because if it's only you 600, 1,000 hardcore guys, and I don't know how many game copies sell, but 90,000 sold, you're a very small percentage. So this game is doing a good job so far, from what I see, breaking it down for noobs. Noobs, I don't know, because I'm a good gamer. I'm not a noob, no matter what I'm playing. But, you know, just gamers that aren't used to having such a challenge when it comes to ARPGs, because they're normally just, you know, button smash in the earliest days, and then they break down later, whatever. Anyway, that's what I think as far as the seasons. I think as far as the gameplay, this is fucking great. Like, I think everything's been great. Like, I never got frustrated at all the times I died trying to kill a boss because of mechanics of the game. It was always my mistake. It was my fault. Huge, I'll say it again, fucking huge difference between this and Diablo 4. When Diablo 4 had Lilith as a boss, almost 88% of my deaths were blamed on the mechanics of the fucking game, which was like, you know, the ring didn't spawn, or you killed it and it's still floating around. And dude, I swear, like, Blizzard's lucky, because that fight, honestly, maybe it's not the case, because, you know, the same streamers that are playing this game were kicking ass on Diablo 4 Lilith, and they're like, oh, you just have to do this. That's bullshit. That fight was fucking rigged. It was bullshit. Like, you had, number one, you need to have max stats on everything to beat Lilith originally. And I'm sure you can have somebody that says, I did it naked on, okay, cool, man. How many copies of the game sold? 1 million, whatever, 10 million, and you're the only guy in the world who did it, bud. I wonder if that's a problem or not. And the problem was, like, all the streamers were just like, oh, you can do it. It's like, no, you fucking couldn't, bud. If you just weren't one of the 88% of the suppliers to Blizzard and did it, you could not beat it, and you put that out. And man, I tell you what, that fight frustrated me a lot. I'll say it, some of the fights in this feel like they're harder than Lilith to begin with. The mechanics are harder, but Blizzard, fuck you again, because these mechanics you can beat because they're not fucked. Like, they're not laggy. You're not skipping everywhere. Like, and this game isn't a game preview, so there's all this talk to Blizzard about, like, oh man, poor Blizzard and fucking shit like that. It's like, dude, they sent out a fucking rigged boss fight. So if any casuals did have the time during that time, you know, for example, somebody working from home that might have more time to play. Well, not that I know anyone who did that or ever would, but, you know, anything. You know, Elon Musk is fucking level 1, like, and he's the biggest anti-work from home guy. Why do you think? It's probably like, all these guys are playing games from home. That's what I knew. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to what I was saying was Blizzard released that rigged fucking fight. I died like mad times. I had to re-roll my character just to beat it with a rogue, and I started with a warrior. They were so trash. I had to get them out of there. I always roll warrior. Now I never do because of Blizzard. But I originally only rolled warrior because of Blizzard, and then now I don't do it because of Blizzard too. It's kind of funny. But anyway, all that bullshit being said, yada yada. Yeah, anyway, they released a fucked fight. And I don't know how these get later, but these bosses can be satisfying to yourself just beating it. I don't know how it is if you look up a guide, honestly. I don't know if it feels just as satisfying. But if you watch the streamer for 50 hours and you know how to master every fight, it's probably going to seem a little dull, which might be what happens, because a lot of that was happening. People just watch streamers, then they say it's too easy. It's like, how many, I know a lot, actually, that's a question that might not be good, but what percentage of people that watch streamers or look fights up online and don't try them do their games play? I know most of these games are PC players. Pretty sure PC players, you're on the computer like all day when you're playing whatever. It's like, dude, you're just going to look it up. You're already on the computer seeing ads for it. Versus console player like me, where I'm sitting in a chair fucking holding a controller. My phone's over here, but I don't really want to. If I'm gaming, I don't want to stop, get my phone, look it up. I mean, I don't know. Like, so I just feel like, for me anyway, I'm a console guy, and I used to look some shit up, but not as much as I feel like these games on PC that are basically like, you need to look that up to beat that fight. So far, this game is doing a fucking excellent job of balancing that to where I don't feel like that's it. I'm trying this fucking shit on YouTube of not looking it up, and I'm fucking gonna have to look it up just to, you know, which is what a lot of YouTube is. It's a lot of dudes that watch other dudes or whatever. Who knows? They pay somebody to teach them about the game. You know, actual people pay people to make them better at games. Like, rich people do that. They actually train with that. It's like a trainer. You know, you call in your trainer to come train you for video games, and if you think I'm fucking around, I'm not. So, you know, there's money to be made. Anytime there's money to be made, I'm telling you, there's bullshit to be made too. Anyway, back to what I'm saying, which is, I think that this game is either going to go really, really, really hardcore and you shouldn't play it, or it's going to go really, 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 really soft and you can't play it anymore, or it's going to stay where it's at, where I think it's right dancing on the middle. Little changes, like the loot increase was needed. Absolutely. Look, the bosses are hard. If you're not a good gamer, you're not going to make this game, because you can watch a guide, but you still have to execute the moves or whatever, or the attacks or the evades, whatever. So yeah, if you're somebody who can't do that in a game, this game definitely isn't for you, because no matter how much you look up, like, it's still a tough boss fight. I mean, there's not too many mechanics, so once I'm fighting a boss, which this is perfect for me, 'cause I'm good at remembering like up to, 2 to 3, 4 things maximum, and then like that's a solid window for me. So when I'm doing these bosses, this is great. Like, it's only 4 different things you got to remember, and like I like that. It makes it challenging, but at the same time, it doesn't make it impossible. So I think that's important that these guys found that balance. I think that's fucking huge, actually. But like I said, it can easily slip if it gets too hardcore or too soft, where Blizzard found this balance on the pre-release. When the pre-release came out for Blizzard, they had the balance. It was fucking fun. Grind it up to whatever it was, 20, or was it 30? I think it was 25, actually. Might have been 25. And then you could get some legendaries. I didn't get any fucking legendaries. I just turned that bitch on, fucking got yellows, got to like 20, I think. And then me and my brother jumped into a boss fight for that fucking lizard that gave you the horn or whatever. And let me tell you, we beat that boss when it was crawling back to the hole. And it was like our last shot at it. Dude, me and my brother were like, yo, this is going to be the greatest fucking game ever. Like, and we were fucking hyped. We bought it on release. Like, I had mad time to play. I fucking went to work. What a great fucking game at first. I loved that game. It just got too easy. Like I said, and I've said this in previous videos, Blizzard chose their future, which I believe I would say their future with their microtransactions and Game Pass. What else, man? What else would accumulate this? I mean, streaming, getting your game like free advertisement on the stream, like it's crazy. But then it's like, when you made those subtle changes, like when you start a game and there's no like legendaries, there was like no fucking legendaries. Like the good ones were like so fucking rare. I mean, I'm sorry, there were legendaries, but there was no like good drops. So like you have to grind. You had to grind. I think I remember the math I was figuring out. Like I had to grind like it might have been like 15 of the same dungeons in a row at like level 70 or something to get like a level at like level 80. Dude, it was fucking hardcore, and there were no different drops. They were all the fucking same, and everybody still stuck with you. Like all you had to do was when you made the game was make some rares, like make some rare shit. So if people were getting dope drops during this massive fucking grind of kill, like people wouldn't have cared. They'd be like, damn, dude, I did that dungeon 85 times and I got this one good item. Oh yeah, that's called Diablo 2. You fucking idiots. How do you mess that up? Like honestly, how do you mess that up? I don't know. I don't know how you mess that up. Like there's no drops. Like everybody still grinded to 100 with no loot. It was just like, dude, Blizzard, just please give us some loot. So what's Blizzard do? I forget the process of their patches and how they came out. Like, oh my gosh, man. People still stuck with them. And then they had the fucking balls and audacity to comment on a game like this that came out. Like, you guys are fucking fucked up. Like, Blizzard is fucked up. Like, they are definitely fucked up. But I mean, doesn't mean, like, when I say that, I don't mean the devs. Like, people always blame game developers and it's this. It's like, no, dude, like, I understand that a lot of gamers are out of touch with, like, reality. Like, maybe it didn't work for, like, years, or maybe you didn't have many bosses. Dude, I've had, like, 500 different bosses in my life. 500, probably. Like, I've worked for 20 years. I know what a fucking boss does. I know when you're blaming the workers, like, these guys I see, these streamers, they're blaming the workers. Like, in the devs, like, do you think the head boss is like, hey, man, go to work on that project for $2 million? Number one, it's Blizzard. Their boss or whatever is probably always making changes or whatever, And then I see a lot of people blaming the creators. Like, who do you think is going to create a good game if you're fucking throwing them all under the bus on Twitch or whatever? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, it just shit bugs me. And you see, you caught me at a good time here because I'm just fucking yapping. So if you're checking this out, you're going to get a lot of good info I'm spitting out there. No facts based, just fucking, that's what I do. But I'm actually going to stop this because I don't want this on my video. I haven't started my video yet. I'm supposed to be killing a boss. Forget what I even started yapping about originally, but my original thing would be, listen, this game has mad potential, but it could get really bad. Just like Diablo 4, like that had so much potential in that pre-release, man. Like I was like, I love the graphics, I love the combat, I like everything about it. It's dope and it's tough, it's hard. Diablo 3 was just a loot simulator. Loot was just everywhere. If you want to log on for 2 minutes, you get fucking loot. And it's like, all right, listen. This is going to be real. Like, loot's not falling everywhere. This is pretty cool. Like, you got to earn it. Well, then you get to, like, level 75, and you're like, holy fuck, man. When is the loot going to start falling? You know, and it's just like, and then it just turned back into Diablo 3, and, you know, it got super popular, and they almost made it. They just, they lost a lot of their hardcore fans, I think. A lot of the people who supported them, you know, since back in the day, honestly. Like, and one big thing I kept saying, which I know this is totally off track, but I think I said this in a couple of, I mean, I've made so many fucking videos and you're just on my Twitch, but another thing that I was talking about was, I think EverQuest, this reminds me of an EverQuest style game. Like, not to a T, but pretty close to it. And I always thought, man, if EverQuest made an ARPG, it would be fucking dope. But this is kind of close. It's not there on that overall picture, but I think what this game's going to do is, you know, everybody copies everyone in the game industry. So there's a lot of hype. People see a lot of people streaming this. And this is actually a big reason why I want to start doing this too, is the games I like that I want to see emphasized. Like, this game is dope. It's got mad potential. Just imagine Ghost of Tsushima making a game like this, but it's fucking samurais. ARPG fucking samurais. Like, you can't tell me Ghost of Tsushima wouldn't make a dope-ass ARPG, or Halo, or Gears of War, or anybody. Like, this is getting ARPG out there where it's not just fucking Blizzard. I think this is great for the gaming industry. I hope everyone copies it. I hope they don't fuck this game up. That way it sets an example for the standard for the new hot thing, which is ARPGs, I believe. Look, everyone's tired of the Dark Souls, like, whatever, all that. I know I am. I never really liked them. This is my style of game. I know some guys like that style of game. I played them, but I don't really like them. I'm not saying I'm terrible at them or I can't do it, like, you know, but it's one of those things, like, you just, unlike this, like, I would have to, I don't know, I don't want to get into that, because I do like those games. I like, what's it called, Sekiro. That's one, probably the lowest. Again, I know other ones are more hardcore, but I'm not here to hate on those games. I think those games are really well made. I think they conquered that genre. I think everyone now is also like, man, where the fuck do we go after Elden Ring? Like, we're never going to have a better Elden Ring, so it's good. Let's move on to this. Somebody needs to get into this genre, and this is good. This is a good start, but these guys aren't hungry. Like, these guys kind of throw out a game because there's none on console. I mean, all the console ones glitch like a motherfucker. I've tried all of them, almost all of them. And, like, this and Diablo were the two console, like, you know, you gotta get BOE, or if anybody asks, BOE, since, like, this came out to, whenever that was. I forget when. Because Diablo 3 didn't release on console. I think they added it, like, after. Because I played it on PC back when I think before I had any kids, actually. Oh, shit, that was a long time ago. Yeah, it was mad long ago. And there was an auction house, and it was fucking, I couldn't get past, like, fucking Act 2. I was only, like, 22. I was like, fuck this shit. How old was I? I don't remember. But I was like, I can't get past Act 2. Like, I don't got time for this. Like, my girlfriend's looking at me like, why the fuck are you on a computer, dude? Like, I didn't know you played computer. I was like, fuck. you know the game, man. You guys know. You computer guys know, man. You're always hiding your passion. Most of them, anyway. Where you never fucking stop talking about it. it's like a double-edged sword for you PC guys, but I respect it. I was a PC guy for a lot of my life. So I respect the game. I know why you play PC. It's just fucking better. And the mouse gives you maximum control. But anyway, dude, I've been doing so much yapping, like I need to open up a fucking show. Like fucking A. But I'm going to say, like, everything I talked about is just my opinions. I don't really base anything off facts. I'm not a fact baser, but I am an opinion baser. And I don't really say my opinion on shit that I don't believe I'm educated in without the specific facts. I can have a discussion with someone just based on my own experience. 40 years old. Been gaming since I was, on Nintendo. Like, obviously, I don't think my parents had an Atari. Like, I don't recall that. Maybe. I don't fucking know. But anyway, at the end of the conversation here, which is going to be in a minute before I restart this, I just want to say this game's doing a hell of a job finding the cutoff, the balance between Diablo 4 and PoE. And before, honestly, when I started playing PoE on my Xbox One, and I was playing Diablo 3 at the same time, I tried to play PoE. I got actually pretty far. I forget where I got. I got to like 60 or something, but I used a build, and I was just following. I was reading, just looking some other shit, and I never learned the stats. Now, this is another thing that I would like to say to these game developers that, base so much off of streamers and how much they sell your game. At the end of the day, people are not learning this massive skill tree at all. They're not even looking at it. They're just watching someone do it. And it's like, creating people that aren't really beating your game by giving streamers, like giving people or streamers, whatever, access to your game early or whatever, like they're giving them a way to already beat your game. That's why you have to keep creating fucking content. So I have a hard time when it comes to companies like Blizzard that pay people so much money for opinions and all that. But at the end of the day, like, the issues, I don't even know. I'm actually forgetting what I'm even talking about. That's why I cut these out, because I have some issues, and then it's like sometimes I'll just forget I dropped it. But it's all good. I mean, I've spit out some good shit. It's another reason why I record shit like this, just because I like to have stuff on file, because I don't always remember everything, I'm not crying about it. It's not what I'm doing. I'm here to play some PoE. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna cut this off here, and then I'm gonna hop back on and do some. But everything I talked about, like I said, it's just my opinions. Hopefully I don't offend you, and if I do, you're probably watching the wrong person. So it's good that, I want people that I feel comfortable sharing my opinion with too. So if you're actually watching my shit, you should leave if you don't like it, because I'm gonna be spitting so much shit. Like, I haven't even started. Like, I'm just tiptoeing in. Like, just tiptoeing. I'm just like respecting people and, checking everyone out and just being like, this is dope. This is cool. Like, I want to not be someone who's anti anything, but I also want to address some of the problems I see as a lifelong gamer and where the game's going now. Like, and that's kind of what I'm addressing. I mean, so it might seem like I'm a hater sometime, but I'm not. Like, I don't mind haters. Like, I don't mind haters at all. I think they support product. And sometimes the biggest haters are your biggest watchers, because, not really hating. They just, whatever it may be. Maybe they don't have the opportunities you do, or whatever it may be. Maybe they just don't like you, but they like watching it. People are sick. I don't know. But yeah, I don't mind haters either, but some people take it personal. But, I like yapping on here, so I'm going to be yapping for a minute. Just fucking strap in if you're watching me, because I'm telling you. And once you unplug, like, this is one thing too I want to say right before I hop off here. I feel like a lot of gaming, like when I was younger, like 18, 19, 20, I kind of unplugged from society, and like I was like a gamer, like a hardcore gamer. Like, I was playing WoW hard fucking cool. Like, I mean, like, hardcore. Like, I was in Desolace for like 2 weeks straight grinding. Level 35 to 36. And it took me like 2 weeks. Like, I was hardcore. Like, I don't know, it wasn't that bad, but it took a long time. And like I feel like as a gamer, a lot of times you just unplug from society, and then now it's so much easier because you have these streamers and a platform to watch other people who have unplugged from society. And it's like you just got to be careful because that's dangerous. Like when you're around people that have unplugged and you're unplugging, like I'm lucky when I was younger, I got plugged back in. I don't know where I'd be today. You know, like I just want to say that too. Like I was unplugged. Like I was definitely like, damn, like I am gaming. Like I was in leagues, I was doing mad shit. If there was, back when I was younger, if there was YouTube, I would have been somebody 17 FPS fucking in leagues as a 17-year-old with a bunch of grown men fucking killing shit. Like I was like a killer in Medal of Honor, like insane. And it's like, and it was mad gratifying. It felt great, like whatever, you know. And then WoW came out, and I was raiding. It was fucking awesome, and it was like, you know what? Luckily, you know, I got plugged back into society, and I was like, holy shit, like I gotta do something here, you know. So I know, like a lot of people that are gamers watching this shit, like y'all are unplugged, like, but you know, hopefully, you know, I can help a couple people get plugged back in at the end of this, and you know. Going to be sharing mad experiences about my life at some point, and they're all going to be private. Like I don't publish anything. I'll leave something out there for like a day or two, and then I just fucking unpublish it. But you know, I'm just trying to spit some shit, you know, and that's what I'm going to do. Like, you know, and it's good. I see like there's just a lot of people that are unplugged right now. You know, it's not what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to game, but I mean, I just know who I am. Like, and then eventually it'll be discussed, but you know, just looking to have a good time, that's all. So I respect anybody who checks me out, and I hope you have a good day. Peace.